Chelsea qualification for Europa League for next season depends on whether or not Manchester United wins the FA Cup. Now, I know most of you will be confused, but please let me explain what I'm trying to say here. Looking at Chelsea, we are currently top 7th on the league table, and we are equal in point with top 6, who are Newcastle, and we are 3 points clear of that top 8, who are Manchester United. But Man United has FA Cup final to play against Manchester City, which we all know it's going to be a very difficult game for both sides. And if Man U should win that game, automatically they will get a ticket in the Europa League spot for next season. Why? Top 5, who are currently Tottenham on the league table, will join Manchester United for Europa League for next season. And now top 6 on the league table, who currently are Newcastle, will get a spot in the Europa Conference League, which means top 7th on the Premier League table will be useless if at all Man United should win the FA Cup. You get my point? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say here? That means Chelsea playing in the Europa League for next season, even if Man United wins the FA Cup, it means Chelsea needs to finish at least top 5 or top 6. If we get top 6, it therefore means we are going to play Conference League. If we get top 5, we'll join the Europa League. You get, if at all Man United should win the FA Cup, but if Man United doesn't win the FA Cup, practically means top 7 will secure Chelsea a place in the Conference League, while top 5 and top 6, who are Tottenham and Newcastle respectively, will play in the Europa League, while Chelsea get Conference League. I don't know if I'm making a point here. And now, talking about the possibilities of Chelsea to get even a better position as we speak on the league table. Newcastle has 57 points, Chelsea has 57 points. The only difference between Newcastle and Chelsea are goals difference. Newcastle, I think they have 22 goals if I'm not mistaken, and Chelsea currently has 12 goals. You get? So Newcastle will be taking on, I think, 2 difficult games: Brighton's away and Manchester United away. Those are 2 difficult games which I believe that no matter what happens, Newcastle must drop points. They must drop points. You get? And Chelsea still has 2 games which I see them to be not that difficult. Not that difficult. We have Bournemouth at home and Brighton away. Bournemouth should be the last game which will be played at Stamford Bridge, and Brighton is the second game which we are going to be playing any moment from now. I think this week. You get? If at all, by any means, at any point, Chelsea should win Brighton and win Bournemouth, there are possibilities that we can finish top 6 and we can play in the Conference League. If at all Man United should win the FA Cup, because if Man United wins the FA Cup, it automatically means only top 5 and top 6 will be relevant on that league table for any Europa League. Top 5 will join Man United to play the Europa League, because only 2 teams must go to Europa League from the Premier League, while top 6 will play Conference League. So you see, there are possibilities that Chelsea can still finish top 7 and don't go anywhere. We can still not go anywhere, which is why I am hoping that these 2 games which are left for Chelsea to play, Brighton away, Bournemouth at home, we should grab that 6 points and just see whether or not Newcastle will bottle their game at any point. If they bottle any of their games and Chelsea should win both of the games which are left, then now Europa League will they go. If at all Man United should not win the FA Cup, I don't know if I'm making a point here. So Chelsea possibilities of playing in the Europa League for next season massively depends on Manchester United. They don't have to win the FA Cup for Chelsea to play Europa. They don't have to win it. They don't have to win it. And if at all Man United wins the FA Cup, it definitely means for Chelsea to play in the Europa League, we have to finish top 5. You get, which is going to be very difficult, and I see it impossible because Tottenham themselves are really struggling. Recently, they have been in a very poor form. Newcastle are on fire, so we are just hoping that any of them should drop point. You get my point? You understand what I'm trying to say here? So that is how the Premier League table is going to look like if at all Manchester United wins the FA Cup. But I am really confident because Manchester United lately, now them don't they help us. Omo, now Manchester United don't they give me joy. See the time where them they bottle their games. Look at how they have been bottling their games lately, and all those games which they have been losing has massively helped Chelsea. They won most especially the game against Crystal Palace. When Man you lose that game to Crystal Palace 4 goals to 0, that is where Chelsea's fate for Europe started. You get, throughout the season now, them don't they top us. Them don't talk all kind things about us. Them don't insult us. Them don't call us all kind names. But at the end, they say who laugh last, laugh best. Even though I don't want to conclude yet, we are not done yet. But I am believing that with the data that are looking on the Premier League table and with the form in which Chelsea players and Mauricio Pochettino, who has been really tactically good lately, has been doing on the team, I know say no matter what it happen, we go get something at the end of the season. We go get something. We go grab something. You get my point? We go grab something. I'm believing that Chelsea are going to grab something. So you can let me know your opinion about that. Now, I want to talk about Andrey Santos. Or more, Andrey Santos actually won the is it League One Player of the month of April with Strasbourg on his loan deal. And yesterday night, Andrey Santos scored a stunning winner goal for that team, and he won the player of the match. Omo, I don't they ask this question before. Waiting they sup with Chelsea loan players. What is happening? Most of these guys, when they go on loan, that is when them they ball. When they are with Chelsea, I don't understand if it's because they don't get enough playing time, or when they are out, they don't get too much pressure. I don't understand. But Andrea Santos has been on fire. And also David Dastro Fofana, a question was being asked according to Fabrizio Romano, who just reported it on his page, that David Dastro Fofana, a question was asked to him whether or not he would like to return back to Chelsea when Burnley face relegation. As we all know, Burnley, they already go back to championship. Them don't get relegated. So them they return back to championship. So and David Dastro Fofana, a question was being asked to him whether he would like to return back to Chelsea. Of course, he said yes, and he would like to return back to Chelsea even before the preseason. You get? So I don't know if you would like to see David Dastro Fofana back to Chelsea. Well, to me, I think first of all, Chelsea getting a striker is one of our top priority for this transfer window coming right now. And we already have Nicholas Jackson, who I look to be picking form properly, who I see to be doing the needful. And to me, at the moment, I don't think Fofana should return. No. Let him stay for another loan deal and know what it means to play football properly and understand the game properly. Because having 3 strikers, it will make Pochettino at some point to be confused, because everybody go like to they play, and there will not be enough playing time for everybody. The one way go they prove am na him go they play, and most especially the ones where them be where we buy na them go they play. So to me, I don't think Fofana should return at this point. You can let me know your opinion on that. That is what I said. Let me update you guys about Chelsea qualification for Europa League. Newcastle has to drop points. Tottenham themselves have to drop points. I think they'll be playing against Manchester City before the season ends. So those two people who are top 5 and top 6, they have very difficult games ahead of them. Chelsea just have some walkover games. Brighton has not been in form. Them don't lose form. Bournemouth, I don't think it should be a problem to Chelsea. I don't think. So I am not looking again at top 7. I'm looking at top 6. We should finish top 6. We should finish top 6. But do you think it's possible? To me, yes, it's possible. What is your opinion? Please don't forget to share this video, click that follow button, and as well as drop your thoughts, your opinions, your corrections, and please don't forget to click that follow button, because I am number 1 Chelsea fan.